Humanity! I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is Joey A. As you know, my videos are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. This is who we are with the human heart, with the highest energy of creation. Today has been a day of making a lot of videos. A lot of videos about freedom, our freedoms as per our Republic of Planet Earth, our Earth Constitution. And I want to talk about this freedom now. My previous one was intellectual property freedoms. I made this very long video about it because it needed to be explained. But now I want to talk about this one, which is quality assurance freedoms, right? Quality assurance freedoms, right? What is this? Well, having the freedom to have the assurance of the quality of whatever service or product that we consume. So we're free, right? We're free to have the quality assurance of products. So everything that is in the marketplace, all the products in the marketplace, products, goods, services, anything that is consumable, anything that is commercial, anything that is tradable, part of the economy, part of the global economy, global trade freedoms, must have quality assurance because we have legal freedoms. Our constitution is there, so the legal system is based on freedoms. So if it doesn't, if whatever circumstance is not conducive to freedom, it's illegal. Essentially, it's the opposite of what we have now. So everything has to be a conduit to freedom, right? Because freedom is who we are. We're infinite eternal creators with the love of the human heart. So quality assurance is that we are free to have quality assurance, right? The products, the quality of the products must be assured. It must be there. Not only warranties and guarantees and stuff like that. I'm talking about the quality, the make of the product, the ingredients, if it's something that is consumable, or like the raw materials and the design and the manufacturing, the quality of it, quality controls, right? Quality assurance. So we have as many engineers out there. It's a science of applied engineering when it comes to design and quality assurance and quality control. And not only quality control for like goods, but also services, and like not only like consumables, but also everything that's products in general. Anything. Think of any industry, think of any product, think of any service, any goods. That anything has a quality and assurance, right? Quality control, quality assurance, and we're free. So we need to make sure that we have the freedoms to ensure that all these products, services, and goods, or anything that's consumable, that's accessible to us in the marketplace, in the global trade, because of global trade freedoms, has quality assurance and quality controls, right? What is the meaning of this? Well, it's going to be illegal to sell products that do not meet the thresholds and standards. Why? Because we're free and we have full health freedoms. So we want to make sure that whatever we buy is of the highest and the utmost quality. No, but that would increase the costs. Well, it matters not, because we can afford it now, because we all are de facto banks and we can pay higher price for higher quality products and higher quality materials. And now if you have teams of engineers that are there because they love building and designing, and you have expensive machinery, you can afford that machinery because you have higher demand for those products because people can afford them. And you also are a bank, so you can fund yourself, so you can afford the better machinery, the better materials, the better products, to have better quality products, better quality control systems and quality assurance, right? So what does that do? Well, it raises the bar, meaning everyone has access to better quality, right? We can still have commodities that are generic, we have done this for a long time, generic things that don't, that are almost commodities, right? Because they're affordable, and the quality is great, But now, because of quality assurance freedoms, it's a responsibility because of our legal freedoms, because of our constitution, for all products in the marketplace to meet the standards and controls that lead to quality assurance, right? Quality control. And what does that do? Well, it makes everyone better off because we all gonna have better quality products, right? And what does this do fundamentally? Well, there is this idea, this notion that we have in modern times of like the fast economy, fast consumer goods in terms of like their durability, like the quality of the obsolescence of these products. They don't have long lives. You see, they kind of like perish, or like they need to be replaced soon because they're cheap materials, and because they need to be lower cost so people can afford them, right? But because everyone can afford things now, because we all have a wallet, because of economic freedoms, because of issue of currency freedoms and financial freedoms, we can afford better quality products. So that means that you must, because of our freedoms, build products, services, goods, anything of a better standard, of a better quality, which is not gonna do anything but to increase the standard of living of everyone, because things will be would last longer. They will be better quality, better manufacturing, more robust, better quality, right? Like when we say something is very well built, right? Like, oh, this is well made, this is a good make. You buy this and it lasts a lifetime. You can give it to your grandkids, and your grandkids can give them to their grandkids, right? So we have these notions, right? So, well, this is where we headed. We all, because of our quality assurance freedoms, we are gonna live in a world where there's no need for product obsolescence. When sometimes you buy a product and you need to replace it in a year or in 6 months or in 2 years because, it deteriorates quickly because the materials are not the greatest, or the product itself is designed to be phased out, so you buy a new one, right? Because the fast cycle of like fast fashion and stuff like that. For example, some companies, because they making very affordable clothing, right? So people can buy it because of the limitations of the system, this primitive obsolete system that have been prevalent on Earth. They have to lower the quality and the standards of everything, so people buy things that they have to throw out after they wash, right? Or two times. So this is nonsense, right? Because this is a waste of resources. This is a waste of raw materials, right? Natural resources, and affects the environment and all sorts of things, right? So when you increase the quality assurance, the quality controls, what does that do? Well, that means that products now are gonna last because they're good quality. People can afford them. So it's better for you to do anyway. Because you're not there, you can just increase the number of products and the quality of your products, and you would sell more because people can afford it, right? And this idea that now we need to have products that, we replace them every 2 or 3 years because, we need to keep our profits or blah, blah, blah. All these notions, these are primitive notions because profits, what fool? You're a bank. You don't need profits. You are a bank. You're already, highly liquid. You're not going to go insolvent anytime soon. In fact, you're going to be more prosperous because you're going to have a larger customer base because people can afford more and at higher prices. So whatever you build will be better. And but it's a problem because blah, blah, blah. Machinery, well, you can't afford the machinery. You can't afford the equipment. No, engineers. Well, guess what? People still want to be engineers. People still want to build, even though they don't need the money, because that's what they love. And if you have this great company or this great product, you're going to attract great minds, great engineers willing to build the best product, the best quality. And that's what they're going to keep them there. The culture of the teams, because they're building the best products, right? Or very good quality products that they're proud of manufacturing, right? Or designing or whatever, or engineering, you name it. So this is this notion, right? It evolves because now, but then what? Then, universities and all these institutions of trade that qualify people will raise their standards, because now we are teaching people to be better engineers, better makers, better builders, better designers, because we have access to more funds and resources, so we can create better machines and have better assembly lines and better robots and better machinery and better manufacturing systems and better engineers, more prepared, because they're taught to quality assurance and quality control as a fundamental axiom and building block of whatever design they engage on, because it's like, the foundation is quality assurance. So everyone will be better off, and the systems, we will have better quality manufacturing at all scales, because first off, it can be afforded, and then you're going to attract more talented people willing to just be builders. They want to actually be that, right? And if it's not that, if it's food or processing or food making and all that, then you would have better standards to make sure that your food or whatever, that we already have pretty good standards for food anyway. So it's just making sure that it's better. And the materials and the ingredients used in the food making is better quality, higher. The raw materials, the ingredients that you use to make the food or medicine or whatever will be higher, better quality, because of quality assurance, right? Sometimes, companies cut costs and things because of profit lines and all these different things, right? And there's affordability and all these different things that they are not factorial anymore. They have no consequences anymore. They don't matter anymore. Why? Because we can afford higher quality, and the law, the legal freedoms, the Constitution requires you to do so anyway, and you want to abide, by the law, because it would give you access to an infinite number of, potential, because everyone can afford whatever you make, as long as you make something that is of good quality, even if a service, a good, or whatever, or a product, doesn't matter. Whatever you do, as long software, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you do, as long as it follows regulation, you're gonna be making a lot of money, because everyone can afford it. So you're not gonna have, it's a perfect market because everyone is rich. Everyone is a bank. So then you see the nature of the economy changes. So, and when you prioritize quality assurance, then, that leads to what? Like better stuff, because, and then it's deflationary in nature, because when you have something that is better, you don't have to be buying it that often. So we are richer, so we have better things. Our assets, the value of our assets appreciates rather than depreciates, because it's of the depreciation and obsolescence of it, right? So you have a car that goes up in price over. How many people have cars that go up in price every year? Not that many, right? Because cars are designed to be disposable, right? So after a few years, replace them, right? But which cars, say for example, go up in price every year? Well, really good quality cars, like vintage cars, collectibles, right? Why? Because these cars were made with the highest levels of quality assurance that we used to have back in the day. So we need to rescue those principles, those values, and reintroduce these freedoms back to the market. Quality assurance freedoms, right? So our assets go up in price. And if they don't go up in price over time, at least they remain, and we can keep them for a long time. So we don't have to be buying the same thing again and again and again. So we can use our funds to buy new things or invest or do anything that we want to, rather than having to buy the same thing. In 10 years, I had to buy 3 cars. Rather than that, you can have, and it's not that you bought 3 cars that you still have. No, you're replacing the cars that got broken down, right? Or got old or something. So what you do this time is like, well, in 10 years, I still have 3 cars, but they're really good quality cars that I still all have, right? Or that I sold and I just have 1 car that is really good and it lasts 10 years, right? Say, for example, or 2 cars that are very good and I'm gonna be with me for a long time because of the quality assurance. And this changes everything. It is a boost to the economy. It truly is a boost to the global economy because of the requirements and the demands, because the market can afford it and wants higher quality. Because if I have a wallet that I can afford things, why would I buy something of low quality when I can buy a higher quality? Right? Because money is not a block anymore. I don't have a budget per se. I don't have to count my coins because I have to make ends meet. I only have $500 for the week. No, I have $2,000 for the week, So I can afford things, hey. So that's what I mean, hey. That's what I mean. So when you put it in practical terms, everyone benefits. The captains of industry, the billionaires, all the people, all the owners of businesses, all these companies, all these corporations, all these conglomerates, right? They all benefit because they have a boost of demand and a higher prices and a higher margins if that's what they really want. And they can reinvest those assets into higher quality materials and machinery that would just have second and third order degree impact across entire industries and all these clusters of industries around the industries that support industries, right? The manufacturers of the manufacturers, the builders of the builders, the makers of the makers, they would all have to lift their game. And that leads to, a boom that we've never seen on Earth before. So this is a double boom because it's the boom of having everyone being a de facto bank and now everyone being able to afford everything, right? And the quality of everything going up, which means rebuilding the entire infrastructure of the supply chains of all the systems. Precisely, which means remodernization, right? A renaissance of manufacturing on Earth at all scales. But the scales that we're talking is infinite scales because we now have infinite energy, right? And then again, the cost of energy would be zero, which is one of the most, when you're a manufacturer, a builder, one of the most expensive costs that you have is energy costs. For the most part, energy is very expensive when you manufacture, particularly when you are a heavy manufacturer. So, because energy is free, because it's infinite, then your costs are greatly reduced. So your profit margins, if that's something that you still want to have, will be much higher because you reduce a big part of your cost structure, which is the energy that is needed to power the equipment and the tools and everything to manufacture things, right? So that's an example of how you cut costs, right? By being more productive. New generations, infinite energy, come on. Then you power everything with it, right? So boom, cost structures greatly diminished, right? So then you can reinvest those if you're in the business of making things and being real about quality assurance. What would you do with those reductions? Obviously, your margins will go up, but then you would reinvest the money that you would otherwise spend on, say, primitive energy sources into what? Quality assurance, new machinery, new equipment, right? Having better things, better products that would attract bigger minds that are not there for the money, but for the making because they already can afford anything they want. They're just there because they want to spend their days building, making as creators, right? So this is all beneficial for everybody. This is a panacea, a dream state that we all can afford now, all of us, right? Doesn't matter who you are, we all can afford this. It's a new Earth, the Republic of Planet Earth, who we are. So quality assurance is this fundamental pillar. Quality assurance freedoms, because it's a boost on top of a boost, right? The first boost is everyone is a bank, so we can afford everything now, right? And the second boost is the quality assurance, right? Because now we can afford things, we want better things, right? Think about it. Hey, I can afford things, so why would I want this stuff when I can get that stuff that's better, right? It's common sense. So boost, right? It's a boost on top of a boost, right? And we all better off, right? We all better off, right? It's just basic. Hey, this is very basic. Okay, so this is quality assurance freedoms. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. So the next one, let's get into the next one. Okay, love you all with all my heart, with all my might.